How's it going, you sexy beast? My name is Dexter, and we are back looking at OB46 patch notes. So the biggest thing right now coming out is there a new champion called Lex. It's the Lawman. He's holding two pistols in his hand, and so let's just go over his abilities real quick. So his left mouse button is called Magnum. Dual pistols hitting a total of 700 damage per hit. Increased damage for headshots, so it's kind of like Andro, but his shots are a lot slower, but you can kind of up those up with the legendary card, which we'll talk about in a couple minutes. His right mouse button fires all 6 of his shots to the nearest champion or deployables. This also locks on to the nearest champion for a total of 1,000 damage. So in order to kind of counter this, you need like a deployable you can throw. So if you're Knessa, you can kind of throw a deployable. He'll shoot the deployable first, and then continue to shoot you. But it's not super amount of damage. It's kind of just like a cleanup kind of ability. And next is his F. It's called Combat Slide, which you use to kind of just slide in and out. There's not really any other champions that kind of have this. It's kind of just a slide, and it's really reduced cooldown. Only I think 3 seconds cooldown is what they said. And you can continue to shoot while you slide, so that's really cool. Moving on to his Q called Retribution, which this is a very weird ability, nothing that kind of Paladins has done before. So it will target someone randomly for you to hunt down, and you gain credits when that person gets kill streaks. So say I'm playing Lawman, I'm running around, my target is Knessa. Knessa gets a 5 kill streak that credits every time she gets an extra kill. It will go up. So once I kill Knessa, I will get a good lump sum of this credits that I get for killing Kessa. I can also click Q and it will randomly select people. So you cannot just select a person by yourself. It'll randomly select somebody, or if someone kills you, that will be your new target. You're gonna kind of go on revenge. Also, it will let you see them through walls at a certain distance, and you can also get a legendary card at this, which lets your whole team see that person through walls and stuff. So this can be very devastating for like a Sky or something like that. Okay, moving on to his E, his ultimate. It's called the Law, which anybody less than 65% health will be incinerated. It's a one-hit kill. It's also a lock on anybody in his sights. Anybody in his sights at 65% health or less will be incinerated. If you're over 65% health, you can only do 600 damage, but you still have to be in sight. This will also be countered out by shields. So if you have a Fernando on your team, he pops his shield so that it won't do anything. So that's Lawman. He's really nice. I think he's a flank champion. He's kind of a skill base, so he's gonna be on par with Andro. So you'll definitely see him being played lots. Getting into his legendary cards. Okay, so getting into his first card, your weapon shots deal 40% more damage above 65%. So that's pretty much just one hit to most champions. So I don't know how often this will be picked up. So we'll end up seeing that one. The next one's called Discovery. Your target is also revealed to your teammates if they are revealed to you. That's what I said about, this is talking about the Retribution card. So like I said, if you can see that person, if you're in the distance of seeing that person, then your whole team will be able to see them too, which again, I think is going to be super devastating for Sky, and Shaolin sometimes, right? Because they're the invisible champions. Moving on to Heorism, you gain a 25% attack speed for 2 seconds after using your combat slide. So with combat slide being such a slow cooldown, your attack speed is going to go up a significant amount. I'm hoping there's probably going to be a card in his loadout that's going to increase his attack speed already, but we'll have to see about that. Okay, moving on to some of the balances. The item illusion is going from not a percentage base, because right now it says percentage base. Instead, it's going by just a unit now, unit base from 1530 to 45. Not percent. It used to be percent. Now it's just units. It's just your circle will get bigger, which is going to be a lot easier for those Skies and Shaolins. Okay, moving on to Andro. He's getting a slight buff, going from 365 to 380 base movement speed. So nothing too crazy, just a bit more faster in his base movement speed. Barrack, his Blunder Blast legendary card, it's just getting a slight nerf, going from 600 to 500 damage. Tinkering, they're kind of taking that 100 and putting it on to the Blunder Blast for that legendary card. So you definitely see the Blunder Blast being picked up a lot more than Tinkering, so you'll see that a bit more. Bomb King is getting leg compensation, so if you have a really high ping, you're playing Bomb King, you used to couldn't even play him. Now it's just a little bit better for you to play Bomb King now. Cassie, your roll dodge reduced time from 6 seconds to 5 seconds now, so you won't have that 2 second kind of waiting period. Now you only have one, which is definitely really good if you are a really good dodge rolling Cassie. Drogo's getting a slight nerf here. His health going from 2500 to 2400, so 100 off the top. His alt charge is going to have to be 10% more. So you are noticing that just because he was doing so much damage, that a Drogo's can get his alt in like 3 or 4 times in a match. So like that's just a round, not even like a full game, right? So they increased it just 10%, so it's not as much, and they fixed the fire spit cards, so now that if you hit more than, if you only hit one person with your fire spit, it would just completely reset your fire spit. Now you have to, it's actually correct compared to the card. Fernando, his immortal reduces activation by 0.3 seconds to 0.1 seconds. So usually when you have like a Bomb King coming down at you, you'd pop your immortal, and it might be too late. So now it's at 0.1 seconds for you have your immortal. Also, his formidable legendary card is going to be increased from 30% health to 40% health, and the amount of healing you are getting from that legendary card is increased too. They didn't say how much, but I would assume maybe half or whatever. Moving on to Grok, the damage support, his lightning staff is getting nerfed, so from 82 to 75. I believe that was a second. No, it wasn't a second. That was like 0.5 of a second. Anyways, that's getting nerfed. And Nara getting a good decent buff, which I think she needed. Her health's going from 44 to 45, so again, just a little bit of buff in her health. Earthen Guard is going from 12 seconds to 10 seconds reduced, and her alt is getting a bit bigger damage, going from 200 to 500. So it's still not a heavy impact alt, it's just doing just a bit more damage there. Going to Makoa now. Makoa, his alt will no longer CC immune, so that you can stun him. You can throw him off the edge of Torvald. You can actually stun him now, so that he's not just this big tank coming at you with an anchor and you can't do anything. So that's good to see. Malthumba, his RPD is increased from 1 to 1.5. So the RPD for Mending Spirits is what it's talking about. It's pretty much just the beam that when you shoot your Mending Spirits, it's being increased by 50%. So it's a bit easier to hit those Mending Spirits, and you don't have to rely on the card that if you miss Mending Spirits, it reduces the time. Finally, we're going to Pip. Pip is his low-key and side tanks card is being reduced from 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds to 0.5, 1, 1.5, and 2 seconds. Which again, that was a really decent card. You would see that card being picked up like no matter what. So it's a slight nerf for him. Torvald, his protection bubble is going from 7 seconds to 9 seconds increased time now. So you have to kind of protect your allies just a bit better now with that card, and you have to just keep an eye on that cooldown. So that's it for balancing changes. They also did come out with 3 new test maps, which don't look too bad. They got a couple of mechanics. Ones have like wells in them, others have like a couple of elevators in them. Pretty cool stuff. And last but not least, there is a new Fernando skin, FN01 Helios skin, which to me looks pretty damn cool. This is also going to be in the FN01 Helios chest, which is also going to have Gunner Victor and Nightbane Cassie in there. Also Starstruck Ruckus skins all in there, so it's a couple epics and a couple legendaries. So yeah, that's gonna do it for OB46. If you like this video, don't forget to leave a like down below. Also, if you're not subscribed, don't forget to punch that subscribe button in the face. And I will see you guys tomorrow in the next video. Stay awesome.